best yogurt yet. This is my yogurt strainer and I totally love this and I'm going to show you why. I have a yogurt maker and I make a lot of homemade yogurt, and more often than not it's a pretty loose yogurt, and I like to get a nice thick Greek style yogurt, or sometimes they refer to it as yogurt cheese, and this strainer allows that to happen. It's nice and tall, which is different than other yogurt strainers that I've used in the past. The ones that I've used in the past have been more squat and there hasn't been a lot of room for the whey to accumulate down below, and before too long, when they're more shallow, before too long the whey is just up in the yogurt, and that's not cool at all. So what's awesome about this is that it has a nice deep chamber here so that the whey can drain out and stay away from the yogurt for as long as possible. It's recommended to strain your yogurt for 24 hours. It just so happens that the yogurt that I made to demonstrate this is thicker than usual. Of course it is. But it will still demonstrate what it is I'm doing here. So I am pouring it in here now, and you can see it is pretty thick. Well, there you go. Of course, I blew that, but you can already see the whey dripping out of it, and I haven't even put the lid on yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's so good. So this is a nice thick batch of yogurt, thicker than I normally make. I'm really pleased with this batch, and I will link to the yogurt cultures that I use to make it. But because it is thicker than usual, I don't need to strain it nearly as much as I normally would. It might not even take the 24 hours, but you can see it happening. You can see it going right there. Ordinarily, that would have poured out, and instead it plopped out because it is thicker than normal. But you can still see that it is straining. And I do still have plenty of whey in here that's dripping out. Okay, putting the lid on. Boom. I'm going to stick this in the fridge and we'll come back in 24 hours. Okay, it's been 24 hours. How about this? Look how much whey came out of here from what I thought was already a pretty thick yogurt. So it's almost up to the basket, but not. And that's what's awesome. The other strainer that I have at this level, it would have been actually up here in the basket because it's a more squat unit. And how can you drain whey if the whey is soaking into the bottom of the strainers? I actually checked it after about 12 hours and it was already a pretty darn good amount of whey. So I don't know that I necessarily needed to wait 24 hours, but I can see that it's thickened up pretty nicely. So I love the shape of this. I love the form factor of this. It's pretty awesome. So let's take a look at how thick this is. So yeah, look how thick that is. That's awesome. Nice and thick. Ah, are you ready? Yeah, this is perfect. I love to make tzatziki out of yogurt this thick because the moisture in the cucumbers soaks into the yogurt, makes it a little bit more of a loose tzatziki. And having the yogurt be this thick, it helps immensely. This is awesome. And I can already tell this is going to be awesome with some garlic, dill, cucumbers, a little bit of lemon juice, and I'm really happy with this. So there you go. I'm really happy with the performance of this little guy, and I think you will be too. And I hope this helps.